Namaste. The Yogi's secret, and there are secrets within secrets. So watch the full video because you'll be amazed at some of the insights that you will learn through this video. So the Yogi's secret. If you notice, there is something about Yogis that kind of stands out, and it's not necessarily their appearance. It's not necessarily, the good looks or whatever, though that can be the case. But there's a lot more. There's something to the yogi, and it's very deeply connected with the way they are. So when a person becomes a yogi, or when a yogi grows in practice and his union with his higher self and so on, something very basic begins to transform within. So the first secret about the yogis that I wish to share is, the main thing that makes a yogi, despite everything else that he does, and he does a hell of a lot. You know, his practices, his yoga, pranayam, and all the rest that he does. The ashtanga, yam, niyam, pratyahar, all that he may be doing. But the one thing that really stands out, and something that maybe even the yogis may not really realize, is their acceptance. This acceptance is not just a mental acceptance, it's a very deep, almost a visceral kind of an acceptance. Something that is deep within his body, inside his very organs, inside his very cells. There is a very, very deep level of acceptance. It doesn't happen in a day, it doesn't happen in a fortnight, but it happens over a period of time. And this acceptance is what makes a yogi in many ways. And like I said, even yogis may not realize how this is affecting them or how it is working on them. So when the yogi begins to learn or practice or have this sense of acceptance, not just mentally, but at a much, much deeper level, something begins to change inside his body. What really begins to change inside his body is, there is a deep level of relaxation, very deep level of relaxation, because he's accepting mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in every way. He's accepting. So a very deep level of relaxation begins to grow in his body. When this deep level of relaxation begins to grow, the thing that happens in the body is a very, very interesting phenomenon called vasodilation. Very important word. Research this word if you like. Compare or research this word in connection with meditation, in connection with relaxation, in connection with peace, calm, all the positive emotions and so on. Also, the opposite of this could be vasoconstriction, which is what would create disturbances, difficulties, and in a sense, separation. So, one who's on the spiritual path, he is moving towards greater acceptance, greater love, and so on. One who is still stuck at the lower levels of consciousness, there is a greater amount of rejection. When rejection happens, the body, just as in the mind, when we don't accept something, something shuts off, we close something. Something similar happens in the body. When we do not accept, a certain tightness happens, a certain squeezing happens, and this does not allow acceptance to happen easily because we are rejecting things. The yogi allows acceptance. So there is a deep thing that is happening, and this works out in terms of vasodilation. So when we meditate, when we are relaxed, even when we are going to sleep, for example, there is a deeper level of vasodilation. Research. Do not just believe me. Research the word. Research both these words and see how they connect with different states of being and different illnesses. Many of the illnesses you will find are connected with vasoconstriction. That means something is squeezing up, something is kind of clamping up, something is rejecting. So this is the first or second deeper insight. And the third one is, this vasodilation that happens in the body can actually be induced with the power of your breath and your mind. It's not a one-day thing. It's not something that can happen like this. It's a process that one has to go through. There is a program which I call the Lotus opening program. and which is taught in conjunction with the Swatantra Kriya, where you actually learn techniques to what I call lotus opening, but the result is that there is a vasodilation. And when this vasodilation begins to happen, all kinds of good things begin to happen. Acceptance, compassion, love, all that happens, creativity, growth, so many magical things begin to happen as this deep level of acceptance grows along with the vasodilation. Research these words, watch this video until the end, or complete video from the beginning till the end, and research these two words along with different conditions, diseases, etc., so that you have a greater clarity. And then once you are convinced, ask to join the Swatantra Kriya program. Within months, you'll begin to see the effects of lotus opening, vasodilation in your system, in terms of physical health, mental health, emotional well-being, in every area of life, even in your spiritual life. Thank you and all the best. Hope to see you in that program. Namaste.